From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. This local and regional news update is brought to you by Northway Bank. Want a Northway Bank teller to keep in your pocket? There's an app for that, now available for iPhone and Android. Download yours today. Northway Bank with 17 locations throughout New Hampshire. The people you know, the bank you trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. While ski area and snowmobile operators cheered the accumulating snow from yesterday's first significant snowstorm of the season, drivers in the Conway area seem to have coped with the blowing snow and slippery roads through the day. The National Weather Service reports nearly 6 inches of snow fell in North Conway, 8 inches in Jackson, 11 inches in Madison, and 10 inches in Berlin. In Maine, North Sebago got more than 5 inches of snow, and Portland 10 inches. Conway Police Lieutenant Chris Purley says there were no major incidents in town, which he attributes to 3 factors: advance notice of the storm coming, vacation week for Conway schools that meant less traffic congestion, and holiday travelers who are already in Conway. Conway Fire Rescue and Ambulance responded along with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office shortly after 12:30 yesterday afternoon to a reported 2-vehicle collision on Route 16 in Albany near the town office. Fire Chief Steve Solomon says 2 SUVs were involved, with one T-boning the other. One woman was reportedly trapped inside one of the SUVs and had to be cut out. She was taken to Memorial Hospital in North Conway with what are believed to be non-life-threatening injuries. Solomon says 6 other people involved in the crash were not hurt. Rescue personnel closed Route 16 in the vicinity of the collision for about an hour, and then the road was opened to single-lane alternating traffic before tow trucks arrived to retrieve both SUVs. In another incident, a vehicle was reported to have run off the road and hit a tree in Madison yesterday afternoon. Details on that incident aren't immediately available. Family and friends are remembering longtime Valley resident and popular musician Rod McKenzie, who died Monday in Florida after a brief illness. McKenzie was recently diagnosed with cancer. He was 61. He was the last member of the Mackenzie Lewis White Band that came from Bermuda to the Valley in the late 1970s. McKenzie and bandmates Peter Lewis and Peter White ended up making the Valley their home. After Lewis died in 1986, his survivors set up a scholarship to assist aspiring students of music at Kennett High School. A gifted musician and insightful songwriter, McKenzie traveled to Bermuda to join White and Lewis after answering an advertisement in the popular British music magazine Melody Maker. Mackenzie's friend Elizabeth Carlton says his name will now be added to the scholarship, now to be called Mackenzie Lewis White, as the band was. Carlton says the scholarship will continue as an ongoing tribute to 3 musicians who followed their dreams and wanted to help others realize theirs. Mackenzie spent most of the year in Marco Island, Florida, but considered the Valley his home. He leaves a daughter, sister, and brother, and many friends. Memorial arrangements are pending. Gifts can be made to the Mackenzie Lewis White Scholarship Fund, care of 137 VFW Street, Conway, New Hampshire, 03818. In May news, Governor Paul LePage has signed an order cutting state spending by $35 million. Yesterday's curtailment order was expected since last month, when revenue forecasters downgraded estimates for the current fiscal year that ends June 30th, 2013. The Department of Health and Human Services is taking the biggest cut at more than $13 million. The Department of Education is seeing a $12.6 million cut in state aid to local schools. The administration is also preparing a supplemental budget to address a $100 million shortfall in health and human services for the current fiscal year. And the governor and the legislature also face serious fiscal challenges as they put together a budget for the next 2-year cycle that begins July 1st. In sports, Stephen Holt scored 17 points, leading 5 players in double figures to help St. Mary's beat Rhode Island 82-59 last night. The LA Clippers beat Boston 106-77 last night, becoming the first team to win 15 consecutive games since the Celtics 4 years ago. Kevin Garnett scored 16 for the Celts, who never led. Paul Pierce and Jeff Green added 12 each to go with 10 apiece from Jason Terry and Rajon Rondo. In the weather today, mostly cloudy this morning, then becoming partly sunny, a chance of snow showers. Highs of the lower 30s, northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Becoming mostly cloudy tonight, colder with lows around 2 above, light winds. And cloudy Saturday, snow likely mainly in the afternoon. Accumulation around an inch possible, highs in the upper 20s. From the Northway Bank Online Newsroom, I'm Gary McKenzie.